We have one match to go here from the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. The Panthers leading the Mountain Hawks 18-12. And you look at some of the key matches, Katie, a couple of upsets as far as ranked opponents dropping decisions. And then we had a couple of matches that were face-off against ranked opponents against one another. It's been a good duel, though, so far.
Yeah, it definitely has been. Like you said, we've had some upsets for both teams. Excited to see what we get going here in the heavyweight division.
And with that, we have 14th ranked Dayton Pitzer for the Panthers, taking on Calvin Lachman for Lehigh.
Yeah, Calvin Lachman, freshman from Quakertown, Pennsylvania. He was
Actually, will be JT Davis. Our apologies. JT Davis coming out to wrestle. The scoreboard had Lachman for us, so that's why we went with it. So.
Yeah, my apologies. JT Davis is a fifth year out of Middletown, Delaware. He began as 184, and now, obviously, throughout the years, he's bumped up, put on some muscle, and made his way up to 285.
Pitzer for the Panthers coming back from injury. Was a little banged up, did gut through it to end the season, but definitely was not 100% last year.
Yeah, definitely not 100%, but even with the injury, he still qualified for the NCAA championships, which is impressive in itself, and especially with a shoulder injury. Gavin said he basically wrestled with one arm for the majority of last season.
Pitzer, a lighter heavyweight, has looked to put on some weight and some muscle over the last couple of years since coming to Pitt. But you look at Davis, a guy who could go 97 or 285, so he's another guy who, not a big heavyweight by any means here in this one, so a little bit more similar body styles. So no pressure here on Davis. He just needs to get a fall here on Pitzer.
Yeah, that's all we need.
Try to tie this duel up. Gets in on a single here. Drops Pitzer down to a hip. Nice whizzer here from Pitzer. Now he's going to look to step over chop. Maybe even put a three-quarter Nelson in. Challenge brick is going to get thrown. Going to keep working with that three-quarter Nelson. Is Pitzer. And now they'll stop the action and going to go take a look. So they're thinking that was a takedown for Davis. Take a look at it ourselves, Katie, and able to get on the ankle. He was able to drop Pitzer down to a hip. I don't see control there.
No, I don't either. His hips weren't behind anywhere. It was a nice little pick. I'll give him credit for that, but Pitzer was able to get his arm in, able to start pulling off a bit of an offensive move for himself, so I'm not sure where points would be awarded.
Because they're looking at that step over where he was over top the body of Pitzer. And they're thinking for that brief moment there was a takedown.
Yeah, if so, Pitzer's going to have to get on his offense quick.
You look at Pitzer and his start to the season. This is his match against Navy.
He won by tech fall versus Navy's Alistair Larson, so definitely a very commanding start to the season for him. So he's definitely going to try and keep that ball rolling here today.
So they do confirm no takedown for Davis, so we are still scoreless. 35 seconds to go in this opening period. Final seconds coming off, and Davis had the one exciting shot here in the opening period. So you look at some of the ACC wrestlers here at 285 that Pitzer will have. And Isaac Trumbull up there near the top. Jimmy Mullen also a tough opponent here in the ACC at 285.
Yeah, Isaac Trumbull moved up from 197 last year, so I think that's definitely added some disruption to this 285 weight class, especially within the ACC.
So not electing to go down was Davis, with Pitzer being very strong on top. They like to stay on their feet. Staying in that tie up. Pressure forward here from Pitzer. Shot in. Dropping down on the leg is Davis. Pitzer once again just trying to put the pressure forward, and now he's just trying to look to kick that ankle free. He does. But Davis able to carry him out of bounds. Haven't seen much offense so far out of Pitzer.
No, I think they're still just getting stuck in those ties. We've been seeing that a lot today, and we got 10 more seconds left in this second period, and maybe we'll get some offense going in the third, or else this might be a very uneventful match heading into overtime.
Pitzer will have choice. He'll go on the bottom to begin the third. Trying to slowly get to his feet. And he will get out free for one.
Davis has just under 2 minutes to make some magic happen.
He's taken a couple of shots here today. .120 to go, third period. 1-0 lead for Pitzer. Now Davis trying to push in a little bit. Front headlock here from Davis. And we're going to stalemate. Still a lot of time in this third period.
Yeah, Davis has been trying to work. He's been trying to make at least something happen, get some sort of point on the board to win this match.
In on the ankle. It's the third time he's been in on that ankle. Can he finish this time? Pitzer completely stretched out right now. Pitzer just trying to lock Davis in. Final seconds. Drops Pitzer down to a hip. And Pitzer will win by decision, 1-0. And that'll make a final score 21-12. The Panthers defeat Lehigh. Final thoughts, Katie?
Well, honestly, I think it's a little bit poetic today because this time last year the score was also 21 Pitt, 12 Lehigh. So I think we've seen some different types of improvement between both teams this year as they will start their conference matches soon.
Yeah, good test for both programs as they now get set for a couple of weeks off and an exciting December show. For Katie Pearson, I'm Greg Warnock saying so long from Pittsburgh, where the final score is Pitt 21, Lehigh 12. To watch this entire match on replay, as well as other matches on the ACC Network, download the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.